Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Alpha Protocol, and I am still in the long dark tea time of the soul. So we're sticking back. We are staying off caffeine for the time being, but otherwise doing a lot better. Thank you all for the well wishings. Let us get a first sip in. Taylor, you make a mean tea. Yorkshire, I believe. Anyway. Yes, where we last left off, we were in the middle. We were just getting into Taipei. The plot there, one of Halbeck's dastardly deeds, is the threat is that someone is trying to assassinate the president, Ronald Sung. We don't know what Halbeck's angle is. We don't know exactly who the assassin is. All we know for now is that the Taiwanese National Security Bureau is investigating, trying to find out what everybody in Taipei knows. We met a few people in town. We did a few favors. We got to know some we made some very useful contacts, but we're still no closer to finding out what exactly is going on. So, our next mission... There's the mission at the hotel where we infiltrate the NSB and try to find out exactly what they know, but there's one more mission before that, or one more optional mission where we investigate a data trail that we got from the data we received from Shahid, and it leads to a warehouse district also here, nearby. So, we're going to gear up for that. Let's see, we are going to want... Actually, we're going to want some shock traps for that. I think we used up all ours the last mission. Alright, here we go. Please tell me that you've run across something in your travels that's even remotely interesting. This Taipei story is slower than I thought. This boredom's almost killing me. Come across anything, let me know. Alright, so Scarlet Lake, our resident photojournalist, is fishing for information. Out of my commitments. Being bored, blah 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 blah. We'll keep it honest, why not? What? It says you're not at... Oh, hang on a second. I gotta take a look at this. Twitch is being weird again. Knock it off, Twitch. And yes, carry on with your farming. We'll be doing a little bit of exposition. Oh, we got an email from Darcy. Hey, Mike. I wanted to congratulate you on surviving this long. You're a scrappy agent. I see why Westridge wanted you on the team. As a courtesy... Aw, thanks, Ivory. Good to see you. Hope all's well tonight. Good tea. Very generous of you. Anyway, yeah, Darcy's emailing us, kind of taunting us, but because we've established a rapport, it's done in a more respectful fashion. As a courtesy, one professional to another, I wanted to let you know I'm on the hunt for you. Now, you're a proud man, and I never pegged you for the type of guy to surrender. Oh, there's a sentence that could easily be taken out of context. But if you turn yourself in, I'll promise you I'll accept your white flag like a gentleman and take you in alive. Or you can keep running, in which case I will have to kill you. Nothing personal, my friend, just business. Oh, God. I still love... Oh, man. Aoyuki does an incredible job as simultaneously as Shuten and as Okita, and those characters could not be further apart. She has incredible range. Anyway, right, I was going to buy some stuff. So yeah, without giving too much away, the mission at the warehouse is going to involve some very well-equipped people that are very vulnerable to flashbangs and shock traps. So, let's stock up. I suppose some EMP charge wouldn't hurt. Going to try to get through this as discreetly as we can. We get a small bonus from it from someone we've yet to meet. Right. So yeah, the Grand Hotel is the next plot mandatory mission. As we established in Saudi Arabia, you can do a handful before getting the next required mission, and that advances the plot. But it's a good idea to exhaust all leads. There's no penalty for taking your time and clearing everything you can. Oh man. Yeah, that clip you showed me was insane. Just the numbers in Granblue just get to like I swear I saw one of your characters do like 12 millions. That's 8-digit damage. That's nuts. Anyway, You've tracked the data stream from one of Shahid's computers to a warehouse in Taipei. Satellite images suggest the building is abandoned, but the power grid readouts indicate something in there is drawing a lot of power. It may be related to the assassination plot. So we bought some intel in advance of this mission. One in particular, Mina's contact wrote you a surveillance virus program. This will allow you to bug multiple computers with a single hack. So when we get in there will be a handful of servers we have to tap in, because we paid for this bonus. All we have to do is get into one, and that takes care of the whole cluster. We got a map of the area with mission details, and a transponder that will broadcast a friendly signature to enemy turret emplacements, so their turrets won't be able to see us. So we're actually pretty well equipped for this mission. We'll just have to worry about the guys there. Fortunately, there'll be a lot of them. As we discussed,
who the heck are these guys?
They're very well equipped.
All right, I'm in. Mina, do you copy?
They're actually kind of alerted already, and as you can see, we got pretty solid overlapping coverage with cameras. So we didn't just stumble into some weirdo running a Bitcoin farm. These guys have some very secret operation that they definitely don't want anybody to know about. So we gotta wait for this guy to pass us. Just get out of the camera's cone. Pardon me, sir. Now, interesting side note, you actually encounter these guys in Moscow as well, and... Oop. So you can potentially know exactly who you're dealing with, or these guys can catch you completely blindsided. Alright. Here we go. Alright, takes care of the cameras. So we gotta find the servers that we trace to this district, and see what we can see about our mysterious commando friends. Alright, you can see that green arrow there. That's one of the turrets that we've programmed, that we've managed to be friendly with, thanks to one of the intel options we bought. Yeah, exactly. They've, like, that was 2 cameras overlooking an elevator, when realistically one would have been more than enough coverage. Like, it gets back to what we were saying about stealth games having some levels of generosities just so they're possible to play. Like, realistically, avoiding a camera is not only very difficult, it's basically impossible to cross its field of view. Most of them are in fixed positions, or far enough back that they can cover a wide area. Like, it's actually really hard to do that.
Hold up. Checking something out.
Pardon me, sir.
A network hub. That must be what's drawing all that power.
Alright. So this is the server farm that we picked up, and you can see down there a bunch of red lights and one white light. You can figure out which one you need to get to. So we basically just need to get to one server, whereas previously we'd have to tag 3.
Investigating.
Uh-oh.
Heads up. Acquiring turret.
But yeah, obviously in a real situation, cameras would not nearly be so lenient, and you definitely could not see whether one could see you or not. This room's pretty well covered, so we need to be careful here. Not even going to use this door, I'm just cracking it for the experience. Alright. Sneaky, sneaky. I believe there's one guy that comes this way. Or at least close enough that I can jump him. Actually, we do have Shadow Operative, which is good. Means we have an extra backstop for stealth other than evasion. So yeah, here's one of the servers we need to bug.
Damn, signal's not getting through.
That
Must
takes
be
care
a
of 3
jammer
at once.
somewhere. I'll have to bypass it.
Alright. don't think we can disable these cameras. Gotcha. Just call me the Phantom of the Choppera. Ha-ha! Alright, there's two up there.
Contact unidentified.
Ah, shit. Damn it, you saw the body. Let's do this. Damn it! Pretty much, yeah. It's... That's the thing. There's nothing particularly special about what this game's doing on a mechanical level with its stealth. It's pretty standard stuff. It's mostly just the looseness with which the game operates that makes it seem a little less predictable. The main thing it's lacking is an ability to cleanly tell when you're in hiding or not. It's not always obvious that your concealment is affected by distance and lighting levels. Like, I think there is some drop-off in their cone of vision. Like, we saw that one... We remember that one machine gunner at the airfield who was able to see us leaving the door, but did not see us approaching the tower. So obviously there are some restrictions on what the enemy can see, but it's not at all clear what they are.
Checking things out.
Alright. Chain shots back up. Problem is he's staying right by that camera. So I might need to burn a shock trap.
Locating target.
Get closer. Actually, just to make sure I get him. Damn. Exactly, yeah. Some indication of when you are solidly in cover and when you are visible is important. It's why Splinter Cell had the light meter. Alright, easy does it.
Acquiring target.
I think... Okay, I think he's doing a fixed back and forth, sort of like an... Oh, wait, he's facing that way. Alright. Let's zap. And... doink.
On the hunt.
Got him. Big thing about overcharge is that it expands the radius on most of your gadgets. Shock traps are pretty narrow by design. They're meant to be traps. They're not really effective when thrown. So giving them a boost makes them much more likely to hit your target. Anyway, that clears this area. Let's get a hackety-hack going. Actually, if this disables the camera, I will be very disappointed in myself. Here we go. Got it. Okay, good. No. Actually, it apparently did nothing. Apparently just gave us experience. Why do I do anything? Because the game lets me and rewards me for it. But yeah, a more realistic take on a stealth game would probably be focused on a... Oh, shit. Well, for one, it would have a character that couldn't just turn invisible for cameras. But yeah, it would probably be about convincing guards that you belong there and bluffing security systems rather than just trying to stay hidden. There'd be a social depth to it that's missing in most cases. Alright, let's bug the next set of servers. These we gotta tag individually. There's one more. Pardon me, sir. There's the last one. And that's all 6 servers. Excellent. Now, something has cut us off from Mina, so we gotta find what's the jamming our radio signal and shut that down too. Because we kind of jumped into this without fully knowing what we were getting into. Just call me Kick Astley. Ha ha! Oh, I'm never gonna give that up. Alright, so dossier at Scarlet Lake. Interesting. This way, no. Yeah, again, we would have... The map would be at least somewhat helpful if there were a meaningful way to distinguish between levels over levels, but yeah, you can see here it's overlaid this rooftop area, which we'll be going to on top of the building, and there's no clear-cut indication of where... Yeah, there's no clear-cut indication of what floor you're on, and it's just kind of not very helpful. And given the size and relative linearity of most levels, it's just not very necessary.
Investigating.
That's the thing, yeah. An actual... And, like, you could do interesting things with modern spycraft. You could absolutely do... trying to focus on how many guards there are.
That is one hell of a jamming device.
Oh, hell. Alright, so these guys got a helicopter. But yeah, like an actual modern spy operation would involve a lot of... Yeah, exactly. Daggerfall was ahead of its time. Right. Well, we talked about this many, many times in other video games. It's why you're able to heal damage with medkits and such, because above all, the game is trying to be entertaining. It's trying to simulate an activity, not to a degree that's still entertaining, not necessarily 100% fidelity. Now, it is still possible to make a complicated activity and represent it with a degree of realism. I mean, that's basically what Receiver did with Gunblade. Oops, excuse me, sir. Just call me Smooth Chopperator. Ha-ha! Anyway, yeah, Receiver did that with its gun handling, like several buttons for removing a magazine, putting it in your inventory, getting another magazine, putting it in the gun, racking the slide to chamber a bolt, tapping the magazine, clearing jams, and that made it interesting, and I think you could actually make a very compelling horror game with something like that. But it is tricky to do that with more broader, more nuanced things like a spy operation. Like, it's easy to simulate machines, because those have discrete parts. It's very hard to simulate something like an actual stakeout or an actual stealth mission. But games get close in varying degrees, and I'm always interested in what experiments the stealth genre has. Alright, so we've got some guys on the rooftop all over the place. Unfortunately, that does complicate our approach somewhat.
Contact visual.
Oh, shit. On the other hand, that might just solve our problem.
What was that?
Spy dating sim with goals to turn to date. Oh, that would be awesome, actually.
This is definitely what's blocking the transmission.
I'd play the shit out of that.
Bypassing it will be tough, but blowing it up isn't exactly covert.
Alright, so we have options here. We could just destroy it, or if we're careful, we can hack it, but it's a bit timing focused. But yeah, a game where you're like an undercover agent and you're trying to work various people in an organization, That'd be awesome.
Transmission link-up's good. Time to get out of here.
Good time to bring the EMP devices. Like, someone once proposed a Star Wars game where you're like a Jedi Knight after, you know, after Order 66, after the Republic turns into the Empire, and you're basically in hiding. So if you use your obvious Jedi stuff, if you flash your lightsaber, if you start using Force powers and such, that starts to draw the attention of Sith agents. So you're inclined to use more mundane means to sort of keep your cover down and only bust out the lightsaber when you really have to. Like, something like that would be really, really cool. But that would also be... that would also take that would take a lot of effort in building the layered systems you would need to set that up. So I understand why games usually just go for something like, say, Fallen Order, which is essentially just like a Dark Souls game, but with Star Wars licensing, or just making a shooter or whatever. By the way, I would really like another Republic Commando 2. I would like a Republic Commando 2 is the thing. Am I just backtracking? Yeah, Republic Commando 2.2. Okay, so there's another door I have to go down. Damn. I still believe you're out there, Sev. One day we'll get out there and save you. But yeah, basically, I understand why a lot of developers fall back on tried-and-true mechanics when they're making something, just because they're known properties, and it takes more than just a willingness to experiment to... It takes more than just a willingness to experiment to come up with a compelling gameplay system. It takes a fair bit of effort, it takes a fair bit of time, and I respect the developers who can do that, but I understand why a lot of the bigger budget products tend to stick with something more conventional. But yes, I would kill for another Republic Commando. That game is great. And, you know, functionally it was just a first-person shooter, but the integration of squad mechanics and, you know, it was obviously in a fairly scripted capacity, but your crew had a lot of charm as they were going around through a lot of familiar Star Wars-y missions, and, you know, they hit the right notes with the sound design and a lot of level design. That's the thing, yeah, that there are good and bad ways to do standard mechanics, and I think developers need to be more willing to crib from each other. Or at least be more honest about doing so. Like, don't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. Just be honest and say, okay, we were influenced by X, Y, and Z when we wanted to make this game, and we just wanted to put our own little unique spin on it. There's not a thing wrong with that. Some of the best games out there have wholly lifted mechanics from other games. Like how a lot of turn-based tactics games basically just lifted XCOM's tactics almost wholesale. Or the, you know, the Enemy Unknown series. Right, exactly. And, you know, it's a bit of a different story with, it's a bit of a different story with online games, because that is a pretty substantial time sink, and you're not just making a different product, you're making a competing product, and that comes with a different set of challenges when you're making the game. But, you know, you consider how Final Fantasy XIV, when it first launched, it tried to do a lot of really interesting things that just did not pan out, as far as character building went, as far as combat and dungeons, and the very way it processed the world. It was a noble effort, but it just ended in a mess, and they just didn't have the content to go with it. And I think they actually farmed out some of the inner development, which is risky as hell for a major property that's your flagship series. Ah, shit. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be playing Vampire Survivors. Yeah, when you put in a game limiter and how much you can level, yeah, that's absolutely a problem. Alright. Almost out of here. Managed to avoid setting off alarms. We're doing really good, actually. We do have some guys outside. But yeah, when Final Fantasy XIV re-released, it's basically just when it rather than trying to radically change the way classes worked, it leads solidly into the standard trinity of tank, healer, DPS roles, and it has worked out, you know, successfully for them because they have iterated on the product, on the main product. They focused on what they do well. They focused on the story they were telling. I'm just trying to find a discreet way to cross this here courtyard. Right, I think I can make it. Ah, shit. Oh, good. Turning just in time.
Investigating.
But yeah, there's a lot to be said for good execution of standard gameplay. And that's basically what Final Fantasy XIV does in a nutshell. Right, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I can't speak much for where World of Warcraft's story went. My understanding is that basically every major character becomes a raid boss at some point, but do feel free to correct me on that. But for the most part, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV executed on its story fairly well. Like, you know, the initial Realm Reborn stuff is just kind of standard. Nice. Ah, fuck. Actually, I'm going to load that last checkpoint. Trying to get through this without setting off alarms. I feel kind of bad for never putting a lot of time into Guild Wars 2. Because what little I played of that did interest me, but there was a lot else competing for my attention back at the time. And, you know, that's basically the case now. Alright, I think I'm going to have to chain shot this guy. Damn it! Alright, let's do this.
Investigating.
That's the other thing. Those things tend to be pretty big time commitments. And you sort of have to plan your gaming around that. Like, just catching up on Endwalker for me is a pretty tall order. And, you know, that's on top of, you know, Fate Grand Order, Konosuba, streaming stuff. There's a lot of games to compete for your attention these days, and it can be tricky to get... If you work 9 to 5, like most people do, it can be tricky to find time for it can be tricky to find time for games you're interested in that just happen to have a substantial time requirement to them. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you showing off Grand Blue, because that game had interested me for a while, and, you know, getting into another gacha game right now would be tricky. And there are others I want to try out. I've heard Arc Knight's recommended a lot. I wanted to check out Girls Frontline. Alright, there's one guy left there, and I think if we zap him, we should be in the clear. But yeah, that old joke about my childhood dream becoming my nightmare of having literally too many games to play. Oh, come on. How did that not get him? Also, how did he not hear that? Alright, let's try this again.
Checking something out.
There we go. Oh, come on, really?
Checking something out.
The things I do for video game kudos. Alright. So, no trank darts, no shock traps.
Investigating.
We're just going to have to turn invisible and run up and punch this. Oh. Fuck. Okay, didn't work. Right. Running just cancels invisible. Good to know. They didn't cover that in Hogwarts. Yeah, I tried that, but they weren't selling wands on the clearinghouse, so I'm sort of stuck with what I've got.
Investigating.
See, this is why you gotta expose yourself to the outside world. Because presumably they could magic up something where you could make a gun also a magic wand or something. You know, if they really wanted to. Modern problems require modern solutions. Hey, Kirby, good to see you. I always did like that his Valentine, or, you know, that Assassin Amiya's Valentine's gift was literally a fucking gun. And, you know, canonically, the protagonist of FGO is like 16. So, yeah, let's give a teenager a fucking gun. Alright. Oh, come on! Really?
Investigating.
Ah, motherfucker. I just end the mission already, but at this point it's a matter of principle. Okay, I think I just have to leave that guard alone, take out the guy in the courtyard, and hook it around over those obstacles that way. Alright, you cannot possibly see that body there. Oh, don't you set off that alarm. Don't you think about setting off that alarm. Oh, motherfucker. Oh. You kinda can. It's not quite like Jensen and Deus Ex, but it's close. If you get up against the partition or some other obstacle that's basically one shoulder width wide, you can kind of do it. Like, not exactly.
Hold up. Checking something.
Or you can phase through the floor, like this. See, that dance wasn't as safe as they say it is. Oh, God. That's why I love this game. There's just so much that can go wrong, and so much that does go wrong, even when it's not technically breaking. Just, yeah, we're just gonna disappear to the floor. Why not? Yeah, you can leave the third dimension behind. It's no worse than my preferred snack, which is very definitely not Captain Crunch straight from the box. Okay, yep. Oh, that's not the exit. Damn. Ah, seriously? I gotta go around and in front of this fucking thing.
What's that?
Alright, I think we can do this. Just wait till he turns, wait till he turns. Yes! Hop the fence, we are done, baby. Can we hop the fence? Oh, we have to... Of course, we have to hack the panel. Oh, God.
What was
Oh, fuck you! You know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna kill you out of spite. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck perfectionism. Fuck everything. This is a matter of principle. I gave you all a chance. You fucked it up. That's on you.
The hell is up with my PDA?
Agent Thornton, my name is Albatross. You attacked a G-22 cell in Taipei and placed monitoring software on our servers. I want you to delete it.
I was looking for
This
information
guy's
related
very
to my
straightforward. Anything
mission. I
other
didn't know
than
anyone was
a
here.
professional
I didn't
approach
expect to
will
find
annoy him.
anyone at this warehouse.
That means we've done our job, Agent Thornton. The question is, what were you doing here in the first place?
What's it to you, Albatross? I was checking a lead. Next thing I know, your goggle-eyed agents are crawling out of the woodwork.
You've placed monitoring software on our servers. You managed to infiltrate our system completely. You're very thorough.
Look, your little organization, G-22, they sure didn't make me feel welcome when I arrived. Now, after all that trouble you put me through, you expect me to do you a favor? I don't even know what you and your pals were doing here.
Eavesdropping on our servers won't help you. I'm guessing you're looking for an Al-Samad and Halbech connection.
You're surprisingly well informed for some organization I've never heard of before.
Alpha Protocol aren't the only ones who keep a low profile, Agent.
So I see. Care to tell me how you knew about Sung?
We've been monitoring both Al-Samad and Halbech, but are affiliated with neither. I'm afraid you'll have to take me at my word, Agent Thornton.
I believe you. I don't know why, but I'm guessing if you're willing to ask first. That says a lot right there.
I appreciate your trust, Agent Thornton. Mike. And that data, well, let's just say it would be of little use to you. Shut down your program, and I will compensate you. I know why you're here. I can help you. Refuse?
We have an
and
option.
You'll find you have few friends here in Taipei.
Well, I'm surprised you found all the programs. Guess I wasn't as careful as I thought. Took a while to place all of them.
Yes, the fifth was a tricky one, but by then, we knew what to look for.
I'll delete those security exploits.
Yes.
They
All
were
5
a
of the
little
servers
obvious
we
without some
bugged.
sort of backup. In exchange for removing them, I could use your help. This operation is turning out to be larger than I expected.
Thank you, Mike. And as for your mission, let us say that G-22 has no interest in seeing President Sung placed in jeopardy.
So, you have been eavesdropping on Al-Samad and Halbech.
Yes. Halbech underestimated Shahid. The man was no fool. But even G-22 hasn't been able to determine how Halbech intends to pull off the assassination, or who the assassin is.
I'd rather not wait until Sung is shot to find out. That help you mentioned.
G-22 will be in contact, Mike. And thank you.
So yeah, if we'd managed to get out of there without setting off an alarm, we would have gotten a small reputation bonus with him. Just out of respect for keeping a completely low profile. In any case, we have another clandestine agency. Text about the operatives guarding the warehouse, security compromise, blah blah blah. But we did get all their servers bugged, and they did not find all of the bugs. So we're about to get a fair bit of information on who these guys really are. Suffice it to say that they don't really confirm a lot about them. They're obviously another covert organization that runs in a lot of the same circles Alpha Protocol does. We'll get to that in a sec.
I thought this line was supposed to be secure.
It should be. What happened?
Someone calling himself Albatross hacked into the comm network and accused me of swiping his data. Said he represents something called G-22.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was a shock for me too.
I'm guessing he didn't call to chat. What did he want?
He wanted my bugs shut down. He was good. He found all 5 bugs in just a couple of hours.
All 5?
I planted 6.
Very
Snap,
devious,
snap,
Mr.
baby.
Thornton.
Well, I have my moments. So, what do we got?
This is a gold mine, Mike. Major players operating in Taipei, political and economic trends, activist groups. It's going to take a while to sort through all this.
Start with anything relevant to the assassination.
It looks like the network was part of the shadow net G-22 uses to monitor global intelligence services. I ran a search for the keywords Ronald Sung and assassination.
Yep.
And got a hit.
Thanks, Zero. Don't mind if I do.
Anything we can run with?
I've got an email intercept indicating that the assassin will be receiving the details of the assignment tomorrow night at the subway station on the Xingmei line.
That's not a lot of new information.
It's something. Maybe if we can find a way to tap into the NSB's computers, we can narrow the search a little more.
I know just the guy to talk to about that. Hopefully he's not as crazy as he seems.
Stephen Heck? I'm not sure you can trust him.
Well, neither am I, but he did offer to help me get access to
I'm
the
having
NSB's
some black
archives.
tea.
I'll be in touch when I have more news.
Okay.
Box says it's a breakfast
Good luck,
tea, but
Mike.
honestly, it's still pretty good. Just like having something hot to drink in the evening. Anyway, we leveled up. Let's see. Silent running. Probably could use that, but we'll want to upgrade. Buys luck. Second chance at lockpicking, hacking, and evasion. Ooh, more money is always welcome. Yeah, we'll save that up for now. We'll save the points. I don't know that it was caffeine related. I honestly, despite my reputation, I wouldn't say I drink that much coffee, but I'm not sure what else it could be. So we'll find out. Anyway. So yeah, here's something we swipe from there, and this is where Scarlet Lake starts to come in. So we've got some other of Halbeck's dirty laundry here, and we can decide what to do with it. In this case, Yuri, we're going to need to get some feet on the ground and squash this voter fraud thing before it gets picked up on the international news. If it gets out that we tampered with the voting machines we supplied to Taiwan, we'll likely lose our entire Pacific goodwill. We're going to pull a Kennedy on this one. I'm going to shunt some money your way, and you're going to get 7 good men to head up a shill corp to make a hard-hitting documentary about the election. Fill it with conspiracy theorist lingo and editing. Get some facts right, some facts wrong. Once the film hits, we'll anger people who already hate us, hippie college kids, the average Taiwanese citizen, and push the notion of us tampering with the election into the realm of counterculture pot talk. Attaches the full plan. Peruse it and get back to me if you have any questions. So yeah, this is just one of the side things Halbeck's doing, and we can decide whether to send it to Scarlet Lake to publish, blackmail the guy at Halbeck, or sell it on the black market. We're still building rep with Scarlet, so I'm going to send it her way. But yeah, I guess election fraud is still all the rage with rich white guys. Do you eat a lot of meat? That could also be a factor. I wouldn't say a lot. According to some info I found on Halbeck, the director of special projects had a hand in manipulating a Taiwanese election. Also seems to have an interesting tactic for covering it up. Alright. So we'll send it to her. Let her publish it. The truth will get out. Alright. Hey Mike, looks like Deng's men are going to have some information exchanged in the Taipei subway system. The evidence suggests early morning Qingmei Line platform. Very important. Must read. Thornton, you need to read this. I just got an email from a buddy who's infiltrated the Federal Reserve, and he's told me about how the government is making a land grab of untold epic proportions. We're talking total shitstorm here. They've been planning this thing for years. And if you don't believe me, tell me why Andrew Jackson was almost killed by an assassin who attempted to kill Jackson with a pair of pistols at close range when Jackson tried to stop the centralized banking institution, just like Garfield and just like McKinley were assassinated. The classic Zionist Jesuit assassin tactic, silence those who would oppose the one bang, one government, one regime, blah, 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 etc. Oh, man. If you read through this, this is probably the longest run-on sentence ever written. There's no periods, there's no breaks, there's no anything. And I can imagine him saying this in one take too. Aw, thanks Kirby, I appreciate it. Anyway, the correct way is to, I mean, you know, there's a few ways you can do this. You can humor him, you can tell him to shut the hell up, or we can do my personal favorite option. Holy crap, Stephen, we're through the looking glass. It goes deeper than that. The men in charge of the banking system want to deny 4 opposite quarter days. The word Earth indicates one entity or singularity, but Earth is not an entity, for the half of Earth seen from space cannot exist without the opposite half not seen. Evil God believers refuse to acknowledge 4 quarter days rotating simultaneously around 4 quadrant created Earth in only one rotation. Oh. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, exactly. But, I just love that we can send him time cube lore, and this gets a reputation bonus with him. And, you know, we get experience, obviously. But he buys into it completely. We're just quoting time cube at him. It's awesome. The writing in this game is just great. Okay, no new intel items. I'll buy a few more shock traps. I know, it's great, isn't it? Buy some more tranquilizer rounds. Pricey, but worth it. We're going into another situation where we're not going to want to go weapons free on people. I'll explain why when we get there, but the next thing is... actually... yeah, it's the Grand Hotel mission. We got all the data, so we're there to find out what the NSB knows about the assassination attempt. You know, we know that there's going to be some kind of exchange at the the train station. We don't know enough to actually find it. So, we're going to the Grand Hotel during a conference, and we're going to break into their servers and find out what they know. So, we'll actually be coordinating with some people here. We'll have Stephen Heck and Scarlet Lake working with us on this. She'll get to find out that I really am a secret agent. I told you.
Is this Scarlet? This is...
Mike, from the plane, right?
You remembered.
You didn't give me a reason to forget.
Heard you were in Taipei, thought I'd call.
So, it takes me coming to Taipei for you to get back to me?
About your offer of exchanging information.
I remember. Do you have something?
I'm here in town trying to find out all I can about President Sung and the upcoming rally.
Sung? Why? Is there something wrong?
His life is in danger.
Why do you think that?
I have an inside source. He's a target, and I need to warn him. I don't have a lot of friends here in Taipei, and certainly not ones with press credentials who can move freely. Can you help me?
What did you have in mind?
A little covert operation, if you're up for it.
I might be. I'd need the details first.
I'll fire them over, along with a location to meet up.
All right, then. Talk to you soon, Mike.
Alright. And we're off.
Everybody online?
In position in the lobby.
In position to rain death on my enemies.
Okay, team. This isn't gonna be easy, but you're some of the best people in your fields.
Some of?
Okay, you're the best. If we stick to the plan, this will go off without a hitch.
Thanks for the pep talk, Mike.
Steven, you're with me. There will be a map of the conference in the security office. You're gonna be my distraction.
Can do, Mike. Would you prefer a hot distraction or a loud distraction?
What's the difference?
Hot distractions have more fire.
Just be quick and quiet. We can't afford to put the place on alert.
Don't you worry your pretty little head, Mike. They'll never hear me coming.
Scarlet, I need you to stay in the lobby for now. Hang out in the bar, see if you can find me a lonely convention attendee.
And do what with him exactly?
Talk him up, find out something useful. Use some of those ace reporter skills I hear so much about.
Sure, Mike.
Should be a piece of cake for you.
I'll call you as soon as I have anything. What about me?
You stay in touch with everybody. Keep us all up to date on what's going on. Can you get into the security system?
Already done.
Okay, everybody knows the score? Then let's move out. Remember, people, this is our one chance to get this intel. Let's do it right. Good luck, Thornton out.
I think you can put the shotgun down while you're talking, dude. So yeah, this game predicted Microsoft Teams. And now we have a fairly involved mission with a lot of moving parts. I actually rather like how this mission's set up. Again, we're still dealing with a broadly linear adventure where doors close behind you and you have your objectives pretty clearly laid out. But there's a lot of things going on. Situation changes, people get in touch with you. You actually have friendly support in a few sections. And because we'll be going up against security and the NSB, Mina wants us to take a non-lethal approach. She doesn't say so from the outset, but
Heads up, Mike.
she's very
The
cross
administrative
about
officers are
taking,
under guard.
using lethal
And they've got
force against
security cameras
legitimate
set up.
security targets. Or, yeah, I'm not a fan of Teams, really.
Do you like those TV cooking shows?
We use it at work, and it works most of the time.
He never saw it coming.
What just happened? I heard gunshots.
Just a brief
And that's about the
hiccup,
nicest thing I
back
can
on
say
track.
about it.
Okay. As long as everything's under control.
Alright. And doink. Oh, damn. How did I doink that? Jesus Christ. Okay. Obviously I was taking more damage than intended.
Hey, buddy. Do you like those TV cooking shows?
Huh? Mike. Bam! Ha! Poor dumb bastard. He never saw it coming.
What just happened? I
All
heard
right.
gunshots.
Now, in spite of Heck
Just a
seemingly
brief
using
hiccup,
live
we're back on
ammunition,
track.
Okay.
he does non-lethal
As
damage
long
to
as
these guys
everything's
with his
under
gun,
control.
so he must be using trank rounds. And he does serve as a handy distraction while dealing with these guys. So yeah, he took out that other guard. So far, so good. But anyway, yeah, getting back to it. Like I said, Mina doesn't explicitly tell you not to, but based on her demeanor, it's strongly... It can reasonably be inferred that she wants you to take a non-lethal tack with, you know, like security personnel and police, anybody that has a right to be there that's not like a criminal element or a terrorist group. It's fairly obvious. It's fairly intuitive who she's comfortable with you using lethal force against, and who she would rather you take a restrained approach with. Now, there's a complicated little wrinkle with that.
Bingo.
We'll get into that
Got
when
the
it comes
conference
up.
map. And
With this mission, I should
there's
say.
the NSB station. Looks like some parts of the hotel are locked off with keycard locks.
Then you better watch for opportunities
Just
to
gonna
get
loot
one.
the security offices
You
while
need
we're
to
down
get
here.
to this information.
Tell me something I don't know.
Lots of goodies in this mission, so you want to make sure you grab everything you can. Let's see, is another lock? Yeah, here we go. When in doubt, interact with the glowy. The glowy will tell you where the goods are. There we go. Hey, Octal, good to see you. How's it going tonight? Alright, that's just more information about the NSB. In fact, doing alright so far. Had a hell of a time getting through one mission without setting alarms off, so after a bunch of tries, I just said screw it and opted not to. Or just, you know, let the alarms go off and shot my way out. This game is, I enjoy it, there's some charm to it, but it has some real annoying things that are sometimes jank and sometimes just problematic design. Anyway, just a little bit about the NSB. Agents assigned to security details are typically lightly armed, carrying standard-issue pistols and wearing light tactical vests, but they maintain a high level of inter-squad communication. Often, each group of NSB agents has 2 members equipped with radios, making a surprise takedown and exercise in speed and precision. So, we're encountering both civilian security for the hotel and NSB agents later on in the mission. And those guys will be a fair bit harder to deal with.
Mike, it's Scarlet. I've got something for you.
Great, let's have it.
A certain Halbeck security officer has a distinct weakness for Mai Tais and redheads. In that order.
Get anything useful out of him?
Not much. Just his room key.
He didn't happen to have an access pass for the elevators to the convention floor, did he?
You know?
Stuck in
funny
place.
enough,
Oh, okay, keep
I
moving,
think
nice.
he did.
That's perfect. You did great, Scarlet.
One more little surprise for you. I managed to snap a picture of him. Seems like if security were told it was the face of a known sex
Down
offender.
here.
That would make a nice distraction for hotel security. Good call.
Okay, no, I
Meet me in
can't.
the restroom by the VIP suite. I'll give you what I have.
On my way.
Alright. So, Scarlet's got an idea to draw off some more security. And that'll make this next section a little bit easier. There she is.
Here you go, Mike.
You're the best. I ever tell you that?
Not often enough, I think.
Thanks, Scarlet.
I'll be seeing you, Mike.
Girl knows how to work it. Can't hate. Anyway. So we can take this information she's given us and a photo. Get to a conveniently nearby security office. Okay, this is... shit. Okay, this is more than I was expecting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oof. Thought I put points into technical aptitude. Man. Alright, we're getting into some of the harder locks here. That's why I usually like speccing that skill up early. Anyway, this will let us upload this Halbeck representative's base to a sex offender database.
And that should do it.
Yeah, it's
I wonder
very...
if Taiwan has a version of Megan's Law.
Yeah, it's very turn away from camera, and... turn away from a very close camera so you can just disappear the model just a few feet away. I don't know that the game was ever specifically influenced by Mass Effect, but I get the impression that there were design decisions
Yes. What is it?
Sir,
influenced
you'll
by
have
it.
to come with us.
For what? Is this a joke?
You think touching kids is a joke? You sick bastard. Move it.
What are you talking about? I haven't done any.
Move. We aren't going to ask again.
Alright. So a couple of the guards are busy taking that guy away. We just have to worry about these two. Easy does it. Don't look through the fences that have... Don't look through the railings that have holes in them. Exactly. Alright. Sneak up on this dude. Conveniently turning his back to us. Just call me Chocolate Rain. Some stay hiding, others take the blame. Ho-ho! Now, let's check out this guy's room. Wonder what Tezonde is up to. Haven't thought about him in a while. Alright, bollocks, where is it? Where is it? Ah, I see you. Gotcha. Firewall's encrypted. I need more time, damn it.
Alright,
Hey,
I've got the
conference
access
badge, nice.
badge and a floor plan of the hotel. Looks like the express elevator in the penthouse goes straight to the conference floor.
Good work, Mike.
Ah.
The NSB is patrolling the area. If you watch their pattern, you should be able to find a gap in their patrol.
Oh, you had a
Go
show?
fast without them
Interesting.
seeing you.
Hey, he's got the voice for it. Alright, there's some more Halbeck data we can email Scarlet about. Nice apartment. Should grab a bottle from my place on the way back. Alright. Just gotta mind the security camera. That one is actually in a
Interesting.
complicated position, but thanks to its very tight cone of focus, we can quietly get around it.
Intriguing.
July 2017, Makama and Hasbro cast him in other YouTubers and Transformers Titans Return. Ah, cool. You know, he would make a good voice for a Transformer. Good on you, dude.